And all right, okay, we are live. Ali, take it away.
Perfect. So I wanted to start off walking through a simple sort of presentation again, the platform itself. But very quickly, if I could, as well. Can you guys see the presentation? Basically, again, what I wanted to walk through really what the sort of current structure of the metaschool platform looks like, and how you can benefit from it. So, like I said, the idea has always been that metaschool is pretty much set up in a way that we have a number of core Web3 courses, our community of 80,000 developers all over the world. We recently had partnerships with IIT Delhi, other sort of GG communities in India and Africa, and we're trying to make sure that the learners of the world who are interested in Web3, that's available from them. Our fundamental sort of mission is disrupting the way developers construct Web3. We fully believe that if you want to really learn Web3, what you merely need to do is build on it. And you can see that the courses that I'll be showing you within the metaschool platform, each single one of them is primarily focused on making sure that the building aspect of Web3 is kept intact. Every course and every lesson has assignments behind it, and you would be fundamentally creating the assignments while you're learning different languages within Web3 as well. We have a couple of tracks in place. And again, those of you who are probably a little familiar with Web3 technology, you might know where this is going with. But if for those of you who are very, very new to this, the idea is that Web3 can go to a multiple number of different learning paths, but based on demand and the sort of experience we've seen other developers have, we've seen that these learning paths can be divided into three major parts within the platform right now. And of course, we'll be developing more content as we move forward. But the first and foremost sort of learning path that we've seen a lot of developers start off with, and that's all things NFTs. So in this particular learning path, you eventually fundamentally find out how NFTs are set up as well, and what's the coding behind that to create your own sort of NFTs and then posting them on different sort of forums. We've up with a number of different companies to create this content as well, including OpenSea. So what we're doing here is we're trying to make sure that the NFTs that someone would want to get into, they firstly find out what's basically the theoretics behind this, but then also you would be taking lessons and eventually making these NFTs yourself. And again, today Fatma, our founder, couldn't be here, but one thing that we really wanted to walk you guys through was how you can create your NFT marketplace as well, and not necessarily just depend on one existing marketplace where you can probably make and sell those NFTs. The second sort of learning path is more towards solidity. Again, there are two major branches that we focused on. The first one is Ethereum and Rust, and the other one is more towards building on solidity. This again is very, very famous course within the platform. A good 20,000, 30,000 users have taken it. And we've seen that the sort of structure here is a slightly bit different. Here you have a day-on-day sort of challenge to basically develop smaller projects and add that to your portfolio that you can eventually show to other sort of members of your community or people you want to eventually get gigs from, or maybe even a full-time job as well. And the third sort of learning path is the creative smart contracts learning path. Here, again, we're focusing on trying to create different projects. One very famous one is to create your own Elon Musk NFT, which you can again sell on OpenSea. But again, the process of creating different smart contracts and having applications in the real world is where the focus for all of this really comes from. Walk you through generally what the platform looks like, this is the front sort of end of Metaschool platform. Again, like I said, all the material that we have is pretty much online, and we make sure that the sort of experience that the user has is pretty much straightforward. Two things I highlight here, and again, I would implore everybody in attendance to take the Metaschool website and explore yourself as well. But two things that really I would want you guys to take some time on is firstly look at this Explore Courses button, and the other one is the blog section right here. Both of these are free resources that are full of Web3 education material. And again, whatever learning path you choose, this eventually will allow you to very easily begin your Web3 education itself. Um, if I was to walk through the courses as well, and give you a little understanding of what sort of projects we have. Like I said, there are three learning on from today. This standards, how to create your first sort of Hello World contract on Solidity, what sort of NFTs we can create within the platform itself, whether that be NFT, marketplace course, but then also that Ethereum is doing, and again, if you want to really get into NFTs, we've only just begun putting in free content into our portfolio of courses. Courses regarding Twitter DAO or different sort of courses regarding scholarship DAOs and creating different sort of dApps as well. And that's basically what we want to add on to. If there are any questions so far, and if you like, so I'll continue. And okay, perfect. Is it better now? Sounds good. So courses itself, and trying to understand how you can begin that. The other thing I really wanted to shift focus on, is we've really seen on our Discord, and these are the separate sort of articles that we have within our blog. Um, Building, or they would just want an introduction to the courses. And here we have a number of different sort of blog posts that would explain which courses will actually do well for your sort of learning journey. For example, if you really want to understand how a Web3 developer, uh, what basic skills needs or what sort of career a Web3 developer has, we have some material on that. Um, we have developers as well. Blog post for that as well. And again, if you really want to get into blockchain engineering or different sort of aspects regarding the development every 2 weeks, so there are new topics that understand how that sort of journey looks like. So there this is more for those who are again in dollar builds as opposed to an end-to-end. Everybody has their own sort of learning on the weekends. This is something that I want to make sure that if you are someone who wants 30 minutes or an hour every day, we have courses for that. And if you're more of a weekend sort of person, then that's available as well. So this is basically the course for set up in its own. There are a couple of lessons that you can get into for now, but these will open up as you start finishing courses as well. So if you were to take an intro to Web3 and finish that course, you would have the next course. And again, we're touching upon a number of different concepts here regarding ERC20, how those sort of contracts come into play. Again, all of the action that often comes to me as far as our users are concerned is more like 10 days. And again, we want to make this very clear that while this isn't necessarily is beginning that particular type of course, which is again more for the daily users. And maybe take a more relaxed. Then this will. There are 6 lessons in this course, but all of them are open right now, so you can take on your sort of learning scheme. All of it is available. Again, we've worked in collaboration with Alchemy and Meta to make sure that we can provide their sort of standard. We want to make sure that there are certain sort of content that again is trustworthy. And again, the way that you would want to go about this is you can take your own pace, really develop within the platform as well. So the moment you enroll into a course, the eventually have signed. Let me show you we finished as well so that you understand the sort of interface you're working with here. Completed it from our end, but if I was to show you for now, again, primarily because we would want you to do this coding any sort of material we have is more in terms of some assignments that you would want to set up, and then again, text that's available and notes on the side as well. And if you and ask your questions or comment for other sort of users to look into. That's generally the platform in its own self. And again, the more you do the courses and the more lessons you do, the more we have. And the idea here, of course, is to have more material to learn more technologies within Web3. But at the same time, of course, take advantage of a lot of the free material that's available within our platform. One thing, of course, that Leonardo and I were discussing interest within these platforms. seen that you're stuck, and there are a lot of other people like 15,000 members on Discord right now as well. So if you have any questions, there is a community that's ready to help you. And definitely want everybody to be a part of, and we can walk you through. Or if anyone wants a particular sort of walkthrough of the platform,
Guys, I'll go ahead and try to bring everybody to the other Google Meet chat, okay, and see if we can resolve at least the audio latency. Um, so feel free to pop in into the other chat, okay, by using the meet.google.com site that I just linked. And I'm hoping that this can resolve at least partial issues. And I see some people coming in. Great.
Hello.
Yes.
Sounding clear?
I can hear everyone. Perfect. Yes. Thank you, Richard.
That's good.
And I have another 7 people that I believe they're to back enter into this chat. Feel free to drop out of the other Bevy platform, and I'll go ahead and just switch directly to this one. And feel free to go into the chat, and if you have questions, feel free to chime in. Ali is able to hear you now, and perhaps we can get started at least with that. I apologize once again for the technical difficulties that we are facing.
yeah, I can see everybody, and I hope they can hear me as well. Perfect, much better. I think that's a very good question. So look, we partner up with 10 to 15 different GDG communities worldwide. Right after this call, I have a call with GDG Ethiopia and folks over there. Look, so the first thing that we often start off with is making sure we firstly begin enrolling into these courses. And I think that's the most important first step that anyone can take. Play around with the platform, try to see what you like, what try